Hello, David D'Arville here from the Virginia and Atlanta Harp Center, and today I'd like to talk to you about buying a used harp and what to look for. Many harpists come to the harp centers looking for used instruments for a variety of reasons. Of course, affordability would be at the top of the list. Teachers are often looking for used instruments for their studio. Professional may be looking for a second gig harp, something they could use outside, or a lighter weight harp to replace the concert grand. Often students find a used harp as a good option for their first pedal harp. Some harpists even prefer the more developed sound and responsive touch of a used harp. Accessibility can be a factor. Many new harps these days can take 6 months or longer to get from the manufacturer. So at the harp centers, we pride ourselves in having a diverse selection of inventory, so sometimes that harp you're looking for may be right at your fingertips. Of course, the overall appearance of the harp is important. If the harp has many dings and dents, chances are it was not well taken care of. Whereas if the harp looks well maintained, chances are it was. Here are a few specific structural components to check out when looking for a used pedal harp. So the first component I'd like to talk about today would be the soundboard. There's a lot of tension on the soundboard due to the pressure from the strings. Some people say up to 2,000 pounds per square inch, which is a lot of pressure. Over time, that causes the board to belly up or pull up, and then after that, when it's pulled up too high, that can really lead to some intonation problems, and then it'll also lead to where the soundboard actually gives away and cracks. Here's an older harp. You can see where we've got a nice long vertical crack here. That's going to need a new board. Here's a little bit newer harp, and we still have a crack here right where the center strip meets the soundboard. So you've got those issues going on when looking at a soundboard. You don't want this happening on a harp you're looking to purchase. So the next component we want to look at would be the neck. Again, with all that string tension on the harp, the neck has a tendency to want to twist with the bottom of the neck going out. And what happens over time is as that moves, the disc don't engage correctly with the strings. You can get to a point to where the disc even goes, like on this D string here, the disc is right at the edge of the string. I can just barely touch it and it pops right off. So that's a problem you want to be aware of when looking at the harp. So the third component we'd like to look at today is the action. The action on a pedal harp is the mechanism that is up inside the neck, connects to the rods in the column that connect to the pedal. So that way, when you move your pedal, your disc will move. What happens is this mechanism is made up of many small parts that are connected by metal rivets. Over time, those rivets wear, and then they start being a metal on metal sound and can be very loud, as you can hear in this harp. This would mean it's time for a re-rivet. So the final component we're going to look at today is the bass frame. The bass frame is the base of the harp, and it's kind of thinking of the harp as a triangle with the soundboard, the column, and the bass. The bass frame's where that all comes together and really gives the harp structure, gives the integrity and structure of the instrument. Over time, with all that tension, again from the strings, that frame is moving. You can see in here, where this wood is clear on both sides, that has moved probably an inch. You don't want that. That should all be flush. You shouldn't see that fresh wood there. So you've got a lot of movement there. And you also have a lot of movement around the side where the board comes into the top of the baseboard here. Big gap again. I can almost put my finger in that gap. That should be flush. It should be tight. And I'm going to lift up the harp and show you one other place. Let me get that up there. And then on the front of the soundboard, you can see there's a little semicircle. That hole is actually supposed to be there, right there, but normally it's below the top of the baseboard here. And this has moved up so much that you're starting to see that little hole. When you see that, again, that shows that there's distress in the bass frame, and it's time for a new bass frame rebuild. We focused on these four major components of the harp in this video because any of these can be a costly repair, making that $3,000 harp that you found on eBay not the bargain after all. We take the worry out of buying a used harp. All of our used harps are restrung and regulated within a year of the sale. They've been inspected carefully by our staff. They've thoroughly checked over all the above issues and priced accordingly. We give full disclosure on any of the conditions of every instrument. Video clips are available on any of our used harps upon request. Let us help you find the harp of your dreams.